Good morning. Thank you for joining me today. The title of this message is The Night God Locked the Doors and No Man Could Run. And this message is written by James Webb, and it's exciting. His messages are exciting. They're spiritual, they're scripturally based, and we can learn so much from this young man. So, as I start in Acts chapter 16, verse 26, it says, "Suddenly there was a massive earthquake, and the prison was shaken to its foundations. All the doors immediately flew open, and the chains of every prisoner fell off." Amen. Revelations 3 and 7 says, John says, write this letter, or God says, write this letter to the angel of the church in Philadelphia. This is the message from the one who is holy and true, the one who has the key of David. What he opens, no man closes, and what he closes, no man can open. Amen. So some miracles whisper. There is one hit like thunder. This one did. It hit like thunder. So we were in that trailer, that chapel at Ozark Correctional Center. 35 inmates, 2 doors, one message being preached, and sitting in the middle of it all was Mr. Green. Hard-headed, reckless. Some would call him a crash dummy, a man who lived like pain couldn't touch him and God couldn't reach him. He wasn't seeking Jesus. He wasn't listening. He was just there. But that night, heaven wasn't waiting on his permission. In the middle of the sermon, Green stood up to leave, and he grabbed the front door, the one that I've never seen locked. He pulled it, he yanked it, he fought it, nothing. That door didn't move an inch, so he stormed to the back door. Same thing, deadlocked. Another inmate tried, nothing. Then the correctional officer tried, nothing. And right then something changed, a weight. A weight dropped in the room, a holy pressure, a fear that wasn't terror. It was God's presence pressing in. Every man in that chapel felt it in his bones. We all knew, every one of us. God himself had shut those doors, not metaphorically, not spiritually, physically, tangibly, unmistakably. It was Acts 16 all over again, except instead of opening prison doors, God was closing them. He wasn't letting Green run, or any of us, to be honest. He wasn't letting any of us escape the word. Amen. Jesus said, what I shut, no man opens. And that night, he proved it in a prison chapel. And then just as suddenly as the miracle began, when the sermon ended, the doors swung open like nothing had ever happened. No resistance, no struggle. Men walked out like it was normal. But it wasn't normal. It was God. The God who locks a room full of inmates inside, not to confine them, but to confront them, to set them free. The God who shuts every exit until a man finally hears him. The God who refuses to let a soul slip away without a fight. That night, the miracle wasn't just the doors, it was the God who said, you're not leaving until I speak. Amen? How powerful, how amazing. I knew Jesus was real, but that night solidified my faith. Even the correctional officer was dumbfounded and perplexed and had no idea what was going on. I believe he encountered the Lord that same night. Yeah, the correctional officer. So I leave you with these questions. Bring these questions and your own heart before the Lord and allow the Lord to speak to your heart in regard to these questions that I'm about to ask. Excuse me. James usually leaves 3 questions at least to think on. Good food for thought. So he says, question number 1, where has God slammed a door in your life? Not to punish you, but to corner your soul for healing. Note that he did not do it to punish. He didn't do it to punish you. He did not do it in this message here to punish any of the men. He did it to close them in, to corner them in. So, what corner? Your soul. Where did he corner you in for your soul to stop and listen and receive healing? What message have you been trying to walk away from that God keeps shutting you in with? Give that some thought for a moment. Because this is not the first time that God spoke to you. He's been speaking to you. He's been trying to speak to you. And question number 3, and I'll close with this. If God locked every exit until you listened, would you recognize his mercy in the miracle?